Next, we'll hear from someone who has been in this fight for a long time, the president of the National League of Conservation Voters, Gene Karpinski. Gene, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here. I don't think other than last year, I have not missed a green tie event in person for about 10 years. So I really miss getting down there. Let's hope next year we can do all this in person and really get to celebrate. Hats off to Carrie, who stays behind the scenes, but is the leader of North Carolina LCV. Dan is the front man, and Dan's fantastic. Elizabeth, thanks to all the great board members that you built in the great organization. So congrats. We're great partners. Just so you know, Carrie's on our board, the national board of LCV. So all good with that. So as you remember, Carrie showed that cycle of accountability, and one of the pieces of that is elections. Congrats to all those folks who won awards, the elected officials, and others who are doing all the great work. We work a lot on elections. As you remember, I talked last year about how North Carolina was a critical state as we looked at the map of the country in terms of what elections were going to happen. And let's be honest, we didn't win every race in North Carolina. President Biden didn't win North Carolina. You didn't win the Senate seat, but you reelected a great, fantastic governor in Governor Cooper, a great attorney general, Josh Stein, some new House members that you sent to Congress, and some state legislators as well. So there were some really good pieces, but not everything was perfect. But a shout out to Governor Cooper for all his leadership in so many ways. And as we know, elections have consequences. So Biden didn't win North Carolina, but he won barely, but enough around the country. So we do have a new president. And thanks to his excellent choice, we now have Michael Regan, the head of your local EPA, now running the EPA in Washington, D.C. He's a fantastic choice. He's a visionary leader. He's got a lot of tough work to do, but we're great to have Michael Regan on the national team. Thanks for having him do so much great work with the folks down there in North Carolina for so many years before that. So that's a great piece. And I think as a couple of y'all alluded to, this is an historic moment because elections do have consequences at the national level. We do have a new president who cares deeply about climate change. We have a new Senate leadership who cares deeply about climate change. We have Speaker Pelosi, still Speaker of the House, and she cares deeply about climate change. And we're on the cusp. Literally, I hope, fingers crossed, it's been a long slog in the next handful of days, if not tomorrow, to actually make to begin to make historic progress on fighting the climate crisis. President Biden had a visionary plan that he campaigned on. It helped him win the election, frankly, as more people turned out because of his vision on climate. And now we're in the middle trying to get big pieces of that passed. You heard earlier, make sure you weigh in, let your elected officials know we need to pass the Build Back Better plan. It's right in front of us. The potential is there. If we can win this, it'll be historic. It'll be transformative. It'll be the biggest investments in climate change we've ever seen. It won't be everything. We're still going to need to do more. We're going to have to make more progress in the states. We're going to have to use executive authority by Michael Regan at head of EPA to do some executive regulations and rules as well. But if we can pass this bill in the next few days, it'll be historic and transformative. So thanks for all you've done to help us get to this place. Thanks for being a part of it. And by the way, thinking about elections, we'll still look ahead to 2022. And yes, North Carolina will be important again. Both the state legislatures with new redistricting, which will be a complicated process, as you all know better than me. The U.S. members of the House will have different districts, trying to make sure we get more champions there as well. And as you know, an incredibly important open Senate seat. We need a climate champion to come from North Carolina to give us a bigger pro-climate majority in the United States Senate, and North Carolina can help make this happen. So thanks for all the great work you all do. Thanks for your great leadership and your team. Congrats to all the people who won awards tonight. And let's keep fighting. We're in this together. We have a chance to make historic progress in the next few days. Let's get it done. Thanks, folks.
Thanks again, Gene.